Hey, Mr. MiyagiStyle. Hey everyone, it is the long weekend. It is Canada Day on Tuesday, so we celebrate that the weekend before always. Guys, gals, I'm just gonna do a really quick segment here on three things. First of all, it's going to be the new firmware that dropped for the Insta360 X5. Dropped last night. Not everybody's getting it yet, so it's rolling out right now, so just be patient. It's not even on their website yet. I got it last night, and I haven't really done any testing on it, but I just want to let you guys know that this is a pretty good update. Two big things that they did with this firmware was, first of all, something that a lot of users have been asking for since the X5 came out. For all you single lens users out there that have been asking for this, it's finally out. And the reason why is because a single lens basically turns the X5 into an action camera because it just uses the one lens to shoot like an action camera, whether it's in 6x9 or 9x16. So finally, Insta360 has answered the request and put pure video mode in single lens mode. Cool. I did a little quick test last night in my basement, and yes, there's definitely a significant difference in the pure video and the single lens mode. The only thing that they've limited right now is it's only 4K 30 frames. Hopefully we'll see that increase in frame rates like the Ace Pro 2 in pure video mode. The other one they've added a new feature is called adaptive tone. So I'm just going to read to you quickly what this adaptive tone does. I'm going to take a wild guess. I haven't had a chance to test it, but I'll take a wild guess what this thing does. The new adaptive tone feature, which automatically optimizes image brightness and color. So I'm going to take a wild guess that when I'm shooting in 8K 30 and 360 and I don't have pure video mode on, what the adaptive tone, if I have it enabled, it allows the camera to adjust when you're going from optimal light to low light conditions. So it's going to adjust the brightness for you, the contrast, and also the color for you without having to go into pure video mode and then reshooting your video. I'm taking a wild guess. I'm thinking that's what this does. Again, I haven't had a lot of chance to test it out yet because it just dropped last night. I just updated it last night. The one thing that they do tell you that I'll show you, when you first activate adaptive tone, this is what you get on the camera. It's gonna say that on the top right now, there's a little panel that says adaptive tone off and on. When you enable it, it's gonna say this: automatically optimize brightness and color for optimal image quality, higher power consumption, ensure camera has good airflow when in use. I'm guessing what that means is that it's kind of using like a automatic pure video mode when you're going from regular light to low light situations. So actually automatic active, and we all know pure video mode uses quite a bit of processing, and it gets warm when you're actually using it for a while. So I'm guessing this is what it's. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But like I said, I haven't had a chance to test it out yet, and I will eventually, hopefully. So anyways, those are the two big updates, and they've also added Thailand compatible language, and they've added some performance and system stability updates as well. Don't know what those are. We never know what those are. They're probably just bug fixes and that kind of thing. The other thing I'm going to mention is the a couple of accessories that I've been using a lot of, and one of them is the FOMO, not the FROMO, like I said before. Just so you know, this is now my favorite handle for the X5, just because I like the idea of two things. The extra battery. I find that the X5, I know it's better in battery power, but I still chew it up quite a bit, especially if I'm using 8K 30 frames per second, or if you're dropping this in pure video mode, you're gonna chew that battery up pretty quickly, right? Now with the adaptive tone, it might actually chew it up even more. But to have that battery backup right here, you can just plug it in and just charge it quickly and then go again. It's kind of nice to have. It is a heavier handle. And I love the folding feature. I can use this for the X4. Usually when I go on a vacation, I'll put that quick mount on there, the quick locking mount by Insta360, so that I can switch between the X5 and the Ace Pro 2. So if I want to use one or the other, I can just pop it off and put it on, that kind of thing. So it's kind of nice to have that. I love the little tiny legs. It looks like a little crab, the little tripod legs that could pop out. There's only two complaints I have about this. It's not a game changer for me anyways. First and foremost, the remote. I love the remote. I love the mini remote. It works really well. The only issue I have with the mini remote is the way it's situated here, okay, it kind of sticks out. So when I store this handle, or if I have it in my pocket, this thing is really easily activated. So if you just press it lightly, it'll actually turn on the remote and then turn on the camera. And as many times where I actually opened the bag, the remote was on, the camera was recording. I don't know how long it's been recording, right? I think that's just because it's sticking out, it's protruding, so it's easier to just press and have it against something or turn on. That's not a good thing if you're in an airport and that thing is on and you're on the airplane. This thing gets hot, especially when it's been recording in a bag. I'll probably get blacklisted off the airplane. You never know. The other thing, it's not a big deal, which I knew it was going to be unlike the 2-in-1 selfie stick, it doesn't have the extension like the 2-in-1 selfie stick that we saw that I have. This one right here. I still use this the odd time. It still has the remote mount on there as well. The remote would have been nice if they kind of designed this so you can actually flip it upside down or inside out, and then put it the other way so the buttons are facing inside. So for storage, that kind of thing, you can't accidentally activate your camera or turn on the remote. So that would have been a nice design feature. So when I travel with this, I just pop the remote on, I put it in a case, hard case, so you can't accidentally press the remote. Not a big deal. No extension arm. I wish they had the extension arm in this, but I can see why, because it does have the battery, so has to sacrifice something for the battery. So that was it. Not a huge deal. I still bring this with me if I want that extension arm on this. It's 2-in-1. I still have that, and it's small enough that I can just pack away. The one thing I like about this, it does have a wider tripod. Those ones that you see on the FOMO is actually kind of tiny. They look like little crab legs, and it's easy to tip over and knock over, whereas this one's a little harder because the tripod's a little wider, so it gives a bit more coverage on the ground, so it's a little bit nicer. I still bring this with me for that purpose. If I want to use this, I don't want that carrying that heavy battery around, I'll pop it on here and I've got this to go with me. So that said, the next one I'm gonna go to, again, it's gonna be a short segment, hopefully. I always say that, but it's never short. Anyways, this one I wanted to bring up because this is something that I've been kind of meaning to mention in my past videos. Is my goal here is to use all these accessories and tell you which is the best, which is the one I use most. If you have the same use and can benefit, then I've done my job. And and I'm gonna start doing that, mention the accessories I use the most in different scenarios and that kind of thing, so that whether I'm traveling or I'm scuba diving or I'm biking and that kind of thing, so that I can share that with you. And hey, you might use it the same way, and hey, you say, oh, I can spend my money on that, I'm going to use it that way. Mr. Miyagi says it's good. He loves it. He uses it the same way that I use it, and I can benefit from that. And that's great. That means mission complete for me, and I've done my job. The one that I want to really stress is this guy right here. And I've mentioned this before. And this is the single accessory that I use the most. It's the Insta360 Backpack Clip. It's not expensive. It's worth getting if you have a backpack on all the time. When I travel, I always have a backpack. Whether it's my gear bag, whether it's my waterproof bag, it's always a backpack style. And it always has a strap. And I always have my camera mounted on my backpack when I'm on the resort, when I'm scuba diving, when I'm biking, when I'm skiing, that kind of thing. So I always have a backpack. I have a million backpacks. My wife's like, why do you have I have boxes of them. I collect them. So this is so much easier just to unscrew. It's one piece, so you're not losing the other piece. I'm going to compare this one very briefly with the magnetic holster clip that I also have, which I also love, right? And I'll go through the pros and cons of that one very quickly with you compared to this one. First, pro and con. Pro, one piece. The magnetic clip is two pieces, and it's metal. Okay, this is much lighter than the other one. The other one's very heavy because the whole thing is aluminum, right? Or stainless steel, whatever. So the whole thing is just heavy, right? The purpose of having plastic over metal or aluminum or whatever is I'm around water all the time. I'm around salt water all the time. So when I'm on a beach, I'm likely to take this because it's mostly plastic than something that's all aluminum or metal, because I'm around salt water and salt water corrodes. Okay, You can rinse how much you want in any product. I have boxes of stuff that I dive with that have corroded, even though I did freshwater rinse post dive. It doesn't matter. Well, salt water gets into the nooks and crannies. It's so hard to flush out. Even if you soak it in water, it still doesn't get it all out. There are deposits in the in little spots that just build up, and they will start to corrode. And this is why I'm so against using my camera without a suit, without a housing in salt water, especially salt water. Even in water, you know, anything can happen, and we've seen it in the past where, you know, user error, there's leaks in the camera, and it doesn't have to be Insta360. You see leaks in GoPro, you see leaks in DJI. I had a leak in my DJI camera. You know, like just things like that. Happens to any brand, it doesn't matter. Okay, it does happen, and it's an expensive camera to have, and to have a cheap investment like a dive, even a generic dive housing that will give you the extra protection is well worth it. Not to mention that people don't realize this, that, you know, even if your camera survives the water underwater, you still have to post maintain that camera. So meaning that you, once you're using salt water, you still have to take that camera and then clean it, soak it, let it sit, make sure it's clean, there's no salt, and underneath the, like the Ace Pro 2s and the GoPros and the DJI, if you look at where the clipping area is for the lock, it's metal. It's stainless steel. It's stainless steel. It still corrodes, right, guys? All that salt deposit gets stuck inside and it will corrode. Especially with the Ace Pro 2 and the Ace Pro, as we all know, that flip-up screen, there's a little compartment where the ribbon cable goes in. Just imagine salt water collecting in that inside that. I just not gonna take. If you guys want to take the risk, people do what they want to do. If you want to take the risk, go ahead, go crazy. When your camera gets destroyed by corrosion, then you have nobody else to blame but yourself. You've been warned. Anyways, I'm ranting again, and I don't mean to rant off, but this is a great clip. The big difference is metal, heavy, compared to the magnetic holster. I still love the magnetic holster. I love the concept of being able to just twist and pop it right off. The two-piece, which I don't like, because I keep dropping the second piece plate when I'm unscrewing it. It pops off, and one of these I'm just gonna lose that back plate, and it'll be gone. I can't use it anymore. The one biggest complaint that I have with the magnetic holster is the actual module itself. The magnetic locking module that connects the camera to the selfie stick. Now, if you have the magnetic holster, you know that when you're changing the locking clip on that little module, that magnetic locking module, it's a real pain in the ass, because you have to get it right so that your camera is facing perfectly forward when you lock onto the magnetic holster. Because if you don't, your camera's tilted this way or this way, so you can't get that recording straight POV style. And to get that straight on, it has to match up to the tab on the magnetic module. And to tighten it, what Insta360 did was, I just think it's just a bad design flaw, and I think they could improve that just by changing that one locking mechanism. So what they did was they have a rotating screw that has holes in it, and they give you Allen keys. You have to stick the Allen key in and tighten it with the Allen key. So two things have happened with me after using it. I've had it for over a year now, and what's happening is, because I changed it from DJI to Insta360 and back and forth, right? So I'm constantly, you know, tightening. I'm getting a little tired of it, because you have to get it precisely. If you don't, your camera is tilted. Now, two things have happened since then that I've had the magnetic holster is, one, the little holes that you put the Allen key in to tighten, they're starting to wear out. So the holes have kind of like, they're bent, like they're wider now because the Allen key, because I'm tightening it so much that it's starting to deform the holes, right? All four of them, because I use, I kind of rotate between the wheels, right? And don't ask me how many Allen keys I've bent trying to tighten it to the point where the camera won't move. Because when you twist, you're putting a lot of force in that twist, and that camera weight can actually turn if you don't tighten that screw properly. So that's my woe. I actually really love it. I still carry it with me, and I still use it as a backup, just to clip on. But yeah, those are my main complaints of that. Other than that, it's a great holster. But this one, I have this with me all the time. I used this extensively when I was in Thailand. It was on me constantly, never failed me once. Easy to get on, easy to get off. It's comfortable, it doesn't stick into my throat and stuff like that. And I can adjust my camera because this is on a rotating ball and it's tightened. I can adjust it so my camera can either shoot above the clip or I can shoot below, and I usually shoot with the camera upside down just because I have more room to rotate my head. I had it on the top. When I went to my head, my chin would hit the camera, right? So now I shoot with it at the bottom, and it's easier for me to disengage the camera when it's shooting upside down. So things like that, it's very easily adjustable. You can put any mount. There's standard finger mounts on the actual backpack clip. So you can use it for your GoPro, you can use it for your DJI as long as you have the finger mounts on there. Just worth mentioning, guys, if you get a chance, this is worth getting if you have backpack on all the time. And if you're doing a lot of sports with backpack, definitely worth it. If you're traveling a lot, this is a godsend. I tell you, I have my Ace Pro, or I actually rigged the system where I can actually clip on my Ace Pro 2, or I can clip on my Go 3S on there. Very easy, just magnetic clips on, and I can start filming in a POV style. Now that with the X5, it now has the standard locking mechanism at the bottom, thank God. Before they only had the 1/4" 20 screw on the X4. That's great. Now you don't have to have an extra adapter. I can take this and I can actually clip it on here if I wanted to and film from here, which is kind of weird. It looks like you got a thing sticking out. But anyways, that's it for today. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any other accessories you want to see, I'll start doing this. I'll start bringing up accessories and mentioning accessories that are very useful that I use constantly. Hopefully that'll help you guys make a decision on your use, and maybe someday you'll say, hey, that's what I do. I could use that. I'm gonna go pick it up. So download the firmware, check out the FOMO, not FROMO, and definitely invest your money in one of these, because this is absolutely my favorite accessory to date. Anyways, guys, have a great weekend. See you guys on the flip side. Ciao.